Why, hello everybody. So kind of you to join me this evening. Today we have a very special video planned. We will be taking a look at the Kino Lorber Rocktober sale. And I got to say, I don't know what is particularly frightening about rocks. Why is it called Rocktober sale? It doesn't make any sense. Unless of course they're talking about the rock. But even the rock is not a very frightening man, not nearly as spooky as some of my acquaintances. But I digress. Let's get on with the sale, and let's drop this accent, because I can't do this the whole video, okay? Maybe it'll come back. It'll come back in shades, you know, throughout when it's necessary. So yes, we're going to be looking at the Rocktober sale. My accent's coming in just a little bit with that pronunciation of Rocktober. But yeah, it's a new sale from Kino. Really cheap Blu-rays and DVDs if you're into that, and maybe 4Ks too, since they're jumping into the 4K game. Let's take a look at this. It's a really enormous list. There are tons of pages of items on this sale, and I wanted to quickly run through it, throw out some recommendations, share with you all what I am going to add to the cart and may end up purchasing. I've done a video like this in the past. You can check out that previous one, and let's get started on here. So right off the top on the first page, the first thing I notice is Alps by Yorgos Lanthimos. It's an earlier film of his. He is most famous for filming The Favorite and The Killing of a Sacred Deer, The Lobster. Very great films in my opinion, but I haven't seen Alps. I'm gonna add it to the cart because he's a very interesting filmmaker to me. And Soon the Darkness. I'm gonna drop the accent completely now because I just can't anymore. And Soon the Darkness, I watched this film this past summer, and it starts out so strong. It's two women from, I think, England, one of the dominantly English-speaking European countries. They go to the French countryside on a bike ride. They get into a little argument and split up, and one of the girls essentially disappears. And it's a really, to me, an interesting concept, and I love the cover, and I just liked the promise of the film, but the execution in the second half was not very good. There was a particular scene where, because they're English speakers and they don't speak French, other characters around them are constantly speaking French, and it doesn't subtitle that, which is totally fine. It puts you in the perspective of the main characters, not understanding what the people around them are talking about. But there was a scene towards the end where it had just two French speakers in a room. None of the English speakers were in the scene at all, and there still weren't subtitles. So I was like, okay, the character that can't understand isn't in the room. Why aren't there subtitles? It was really kind of frustrating, and then the twist at the end is kind of lame. That's my review of And Soon the Darkness. I think it has some really beautiful cinematography and haunting moments and good music, but the execution was not all there, if you ask me. Oh, Ash's Purest White. I love this movie. This is like one of the most recent movies I've actually reviewed on my channel while it was making its theatrical run, and that was like 2 years ago, maybe even more. It's been a long time, but I'm gonna add that one to the cart. That's a great film. There is a lot in this sale, though. Like, there seems to be way more to choose from than in the previous sale that they did back in March. I think they had a summer sale too, but I actually did not participate in that one. Oh, this is so overwhelming, just like the last time I did one of these Kino videos, because there's so many freaking movies in here, and I don't know what so many of them are. This is intriguing. A Bigger Splash. I love the Luca Guadagnino, I guess, remake of A Bigger Splash. I knew it was based off of a book, and I didn't realize they had a 1970s adaptation of it. But I love Guadagnino's film. Do I need another telling of that story? Probably not, but this cover is honestly gorgeous, if you ask me. I'm going to just skip past that one for now, but that is interesting to know that there is an older version of that story. I should check that out sometime. Oh, and by the way, you might be wondering, Vamp, coffee, what? Hey, let me tell you. Even vamps need a little pick-me-up now and then, you know? So, please, just do not judge, and hold back the dirty comments, if you will. Cannibal Apocalypse. I bought this one during the last sale I shopped from Kino, and I've watched it twice since buying it. I actually really like it. As you all maybe know if you watch my videos, I love Mr. John Saxon. He's the lead in this film, and it's a 1980s. These Vietnam War vets come back from the war, and they're having PTSD, but they also have this craving for cannibalism, and it's plays out in a much different way than you would expect, and it's just a lot of fun. It has a lot of really awkward dialogue, and it's super enjoyable. I love it. This is kind of familiar. Cosmos, 2015. Oh boy, directed by Andrzej Zulawski. This is a super cool looking cover. Is this a horror movie? Final film. Oh, the man passed away. That's sad. Yeah, I don't know. I like the cover a lot. You all know I like the eerie, creepy looking stuff. So, let's add that to the cart. Let me make sure it got in there. Yeah, it's in there. Okay. Cool. That looks pretty cool. Redemption films. I don't know if I have many Redemption film releases, if any. And this looks nasty. You want to see this? There's like maggots in this corpse's eye holes. Let's add that nasty looking movie to the cart. Let's do it. It's Halloween, baby. Yeah, this is so like jarring because I feel like there are so many titles in this sale that were not in the other ones. So like I was expecting to be a bit more prepared and ready for this, but I am not. I am just as fucking lost as I was last time. Oh, and there's so much to choose from and so much to look into that I just like I don't have time to look at all this stuff right now. Man, if you all have recommendations, let me know down below, because I still, even though I bought and watched so many Kino films in the spring, I'm still just as, like, you know, fish out of water, honestly. Die Screaming, Marianne. I've been seeing a lot of this director, Pete Walker, I think, in what I've been looking for already. Is he pretty prolific, maybe underrated director of horror and thrillers? Let's add that to the cart because I like that title a lot. Telling someone that they should die screaming is a pretty intense thing to say to someone. Jason Lee and Jason Mewes in Drawing Flies? It sounds like it'd be like a Kevin Smith project. I wonder if he's involved at all. It looks old, too. Old as in, like, early 90s, not, like, actually old. Where is that? Okay. 1996. Okay, so that's post-Clerks. Interesting. Yeah, it just looks like there's a bunch of Clerks crew in here. Where's Smith? Is Kevin Smith in this? Drawing Flies, the quirky indie comedy that executive producer Kevin Smith refers to as the bridge flick between Mallrats and Chasing Amy. Very interesting, huh? I haven't watched those films in such a long time that I'm not feeling like incredibly connected to that universe, the Kevin Smith universe right now, so I'll pass for now, but I'm happy to know what that is. The Earth Dies Screaming. That sounds cool. Any title, that's how I'm going to play this. Anything with a cool, intense title like that, I'm going to add to the cart and review for the end of this.
I like edgy shit like that.
Enter the Ninja. Is Sho Kosugi in this film? Yep, there he is. He has a couple, and Franco Nero. Alright, let's go into the cart. I watched a couple of those Sho Kosugi films that Arrow Video put out, and I liked one of them more than the other. I'll flash up a picture of which one I preferred. Yeah, I'm just not really seeing anything that I've, like, already watched, other than And Soon the Darkness and Cannibal Apocalypse. So does Kino work with the Cohen film group? Because I thought that Ash's Purest White was put out by Cohen Films. They must be affiliated because here's a Cohen release right here. Oh, The Good Son. I talked about this in my last video. If it's in stock, I might get it. It's in the cart. There we go. The Good, the Bad, and the... Oh, wow. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly 4K for only $14.99. I'm gonna add that to the cart. I've had that film on Blu-ray since the beginning of time, basically since I was born 200 years ago, but I haven't watched it, and I've heard that the Blu-ray is a little and I would just much rather watch the new 4K, because I hear the 4K is basically the essential way to watch it. Hannibal, that's another, wow, their 4Ks are actually priced really well, $12.99 for, I mean, I don't think, wait, Ridley Scott directed this one? That's super weird. I guess I think I knew that, but I totally forgot that. I mean, that one is not supposed to be as good as The Silence of the Lambs. I've seen the brain eating scene, like I've seen pieces of Hannibal on television, but yeah, I'm not going to go in on that. I'm interested to see it, but I haven't even watched The Silence of the Lambs in such a long time that I'm just not, it's not essential for me right now. How I Won the War. I like this cover.
Nice paint job.
Rock legend John Lennon. Oh, stars in his first. I didn't know John Lennon was in films. What is this? I bought a vampire motorcycle? Well, it sounds perfect for a man like me. I have a couple of vampire motorcycles in my crypt. I think I could probably add this one to the cart and see what it's all about. I had no idea they made films about vampire motorcycles. They're very underappreciated in the market of bikes, but they will give you a spin, that is for sure. I can tell you, I would know. Icy breasts? Have I just heard icy breasts as like just a normal term? Or have I heard of this film, Icy Breasts? I don't know. Kineta, another Yorgos Lanthimos film. Another early one, earlier than I've seen. The first feature, so definitely a very early one. Add it to the cart and I'll read about it and see what I think, because I've only seen his films from The Lobster up until his most recent, The Favorite, and I love those films. I would say that he is one of the most exciting working filmmakers today. Like, whenever he's going to put something out, it's one of my most anticipated releases. So, Yorgos Lanthimos, if you have not seen his films, they have a dark edge to them. They're darkly comic, and they're fantastic. People compare him to Stanley Kubrick, and the visual style of his films definitely has a sort of perfection that you'd expect to see in a Kubrick picture. So check him out if that sounds wonderful to you. The Last Man on Earth, Vincent Price. I like this cover a lot. I love those eyes. Cool ghost eyes. The Living Dead Girl. That kind of sounds like Evil Dead Trap. It's like taking an already common name for a film and then adding another word at the end. Add it to the cart. I like the amount of blood on her body there. Is that disturbing of me to say? It might be. The Man Who Haunted Himself. That's kind of like myself when I get up in the middle of the night and walk through the corridor to use the laboratory. My shadow protrudes onto the side of the rock wall and frightens me and haunts me. I haunt myself. I actually was looking at this film during the last sale, and then I watched the trailer after the sale had went away, and it looks awesome, and the cover is super cool. So I'm gonna actually go in on that one. I really want to see that film. Luther, Stacy Keach. Stacy Keach is an underrated actor. He is really great in, I think it's a film called Street People. It's another Roger Moore film in the Kino Lorber collection. I watched him in Body Bags recently, and he is just such a fun, exciting screen presence that I'm going to add this to the cart. And Judi Dench is in this as well. I think I already read about this film, and it might be like a stage play on film. I might be wrong, though. But I love that shade of purple, and it looks like it'd be a sort of deep religious awakening sort of film. Interesting. The devil in the music in this sleek and scary piece of movie necromancy. Sounds like a perfect thing for me and my ghouly friends, so we will buy Blu-ray. Add to cart. A film by Sabu. Really? Miss Zombie. I don't usually affiliate with zombies, but I will make an exception for this film. It's honestly incredible, though, like, the number of films that Kino Lorber puts out. Like, I really like the work they do. It's just so interesting, the titles that they pull in. Although I will say, after watching quite a few releases that I bought this past spring, like I said, a lot of their releases, or some of them, a good portion of them, didn't have subtitles. And I watch films with subtitles pretty often just so I can hear what everyone's saying better, so I can actually understand what they're saying. But I think it's stupid that they don't put subtitles on all their releases, because I'm not hearing impaired, but for people who have bad hearing or maybe are completely deaf but still want to watch these films, it kind of sucks. It's like, why release them without subtitles? Like, not everybody can hear and hear well. So that's something I'm going to say. If Kino sees this crazy fucking video,
start putting subtitles in all of your releases.
Because not having them on there is honestly kind of, it's stupid. It's dumb. I think it's a necessity on any release, honestly. So yeah, that's my take. People Next Door. David Green. I'm going to take a quick deep dive into David Green as a director here. He sounds very familiar. Okay, I'm probably just mixing him up with David Gordon Green. I'm seeing Halloween Kills this afternoon, by the way. David Gordon Green's newest film. I'll let you know how it is on Letterboxd. It's getting not even mixed ratings, like it's kind of getting like negative feedback from most people.
We'll see.
I liked the previous one. I don't truly remember much about it, but I gave it a 4 on Letterboxd, which is, to me, that's like high, because I don't remember enough about the film, and I don't remember liking it that much. Like I said, I'll let you know how that goes over on Letterboxd. Yeah, this is a little not disappointing because there's still so much to choose from, but it's just disappointing that there aren't more films in here that were on sale last time that I bought that I could talk about. I guess I did buy a lot of their going out of print stuff too, though, because that stuff is really cheap. Find that webpage, and they're selling Blu-rays for like $5 a piece. Oh, another 4K here. They're Spaceballs, $15. Ooh, no slipcase. They're telling you no. Oh, I wonder if the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly won't have the slipcase either. It's nice that they're telling us that there's not a slipcover. Maybe they sold out, or maybe they're excluding the slipcover from the sale. That'd be interesting if they were only putting non-slip editions in the sale. That'd be kind of weird. Not many other companies do that. Of course, Vinegar Syndrome, because their slipcovers are such an enormous part of their business. But yes, Spaceballs, not a huge fan of that movie, honestly. I used to kind of like it as a kid because I loved Star Wars so much, as any kid my age would. But it just isn't very funny to me these days. And something that happens to me, let's go back to Spaceballs so I'm not like skipping through a bunch of stuff. Where are you, fucking Spaceballs? There's a liquor store by my house, and whenever I go to this liquor store to buy my wine, the lady looks at my ID and it says Luke, and she says, "Luke, I am your sister's, brother's, husband's, father's, friends," and it drives me crazy completely. She always does that. It's happened like 3 times, and it's like, I don't even want to go into the store anymore because you keep referencing Spaceballs whenever you see my damn name. That's one of the most annoying things about having the name Luke, is that everyone freaking references Star Wars to me all the time, like people I don't know, and it's super annoying. Okay, so we can talk about the makeup now. I've never worn this much makeup in my life, and it's honestly really exhausting. It's making me feel super tired, and I feel like my eyes are just drowsy. It's a really weird feeling, and I'm losing steam. Even though I'm drinking this coffee like it's water, I'm still just feeling like Le Vampire. Now this is my kind of movie, huh? Add it to the cart and take a look. Obviously I like my vampires, huh? Rutger Hauer, Wanted Dead or Alive. I think this one was sold out during the last sale, and I was a little bit disappointed because I was like, I want to get that. That looks fun. So we'll add it to the cart this time. Wages of Sin, Forbidden Fruit, The Golden Age of the Exploitation Picture, Volume 10.
What a mouthful, holy cow.
No one under 16 admitted. That's funny. What is this, like a Herschel Gordon Lewis picture? Oh, it's brought to us by Something Weird and Kino Classics. I mean, it seems like it would be. I'll add that to the cart. That sounds super weird. Weary of repackaging the creaky melodramas of the 1930s and 40s, exploitation distributors in the 60s. Okay, I was gonna say, if these are like 30s and 40s era exploitation films, that would be weird. Are there any like exploitation labeled films of that era? Because if so, that would be really interesting. And I think this is the last page. Wow. Well, okay, well, that's it. That's everything. Damn, I was expecting to like suggest more titles, but there was hardly anything I had to talk about. It was just me looking like a fucking dumbass fool talking about bullshit that I don't know about. I mean, what's new? You know, I guess that's what I normally do on this channel. And you all keep coming back, so obviously something is working, huh? Okay, well, I guess that's everything. Damn, I'm sorry I couldn't recommend more films for you all. Well, regardless, I hope this was enjoyable to some degree. There are other sales that are going to be happening soon. I think Scream Factory should be having one that begins, hopefully, at the beginning of next week. Arrow Videos, what do they call this one? The Shocktober sale is returning on Monday, which, it's Saturday right now. I don't know when I'm going to have this uploaded. Wait, it's Sunday. Oh no, it starts tomorrow. Holy God. I am really out of it right now. I have been really messed up this weekend. I don't know what's been wrong with me, but my whole weekend has been fuzzy, and I don't know why. Anyway, sorry, I keep complaining and describing to you my ills, but I will stop now. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more vamp action and more Halloween spookiness. And that is all I have for this video. Again, I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. I want to suck your blood, and I will talk to you later.